Okay. Hi, everybody. So I'm just going to give you a quick update on what the LAP plan is. You would have received some information about it, probably in your mail, but let's just talk about it for just a second. So the LAP, basically what it is, it seeks to eliminate language barriers that prevent eligible persons from having meaningful access to RD-assisted programs. And this includes persons who do not speak, read, or write English very well. Language access is something that's really kind of come up a lot here lately. It's kind of a hot button topic, and it's our responsibility to make sure that all applicants and residents have the resources available to them to be able to communicate with all of our on-site staff, to communicate their needs while living or applying at our apartment. So what does this mean for us here? Well, we've sent you a language access plan, and you'll hear LAP or LAP, which is limited English proficiency, used kind of interchangeably a little bit, but basically this is an LAP plan, consists of several forms which you may or may not have seen. So we have our actual plan, which I'm going to share my screen with you just real quick so you can just see it real quick. So let me just pull that up. We've got the language access plan, which looks, well, it doesn't look like this one. It actually looks like this. And so there's a table of contents with some things on it that might be important for you to know, so you can quickly look up what page it's on. It's only 4 pages, but still, there's just different things. You just need to fill it out with your property name. There's several places. If you fill it out here online, it will fill out at all of the places that it needs to be in. And it just talks about what the definitions are, the purpose of the plan, why we have it, and what we at Hamilton Valley Management are going to do to help facilitate this, essentially, so that we make sure people, our residents and applicants, have access to the information that they need and to find out the things that they need while living on the property and things like that. So we have this page, or these 4 pages. You guys need to fill that out. And then, so it includes the Form 5000. And then there's some backup. You guys were asked to do a questionnaire about the languages that you guys come in contact with. And that's all here in this page. And this is just your backup. You're going to print this off with the Form 5000. With that, you also have this notice. And so this will be really important. We'll discuss that here in a second. And then we have a list of bilingual staff. And this is just really, we're at 68% of our staff who are bilingual, who can speak and interpret and translate. And so that's just the names of who they are and who you can call to help you out with that. So let's go back to, let's see, are we back here? Okay, here we are. So you would have gotten this form. You're going to fill this, that Form 5000 out. So that's this here. You're going to add with it the backup, which is this information here. And then something else that's important to your plan that maybe you, there's some county information. So this is for Anderson County, and I'll just pull that up in this folder here. This is info based on census data, and what you'll do is you'll come in here, and there's a form for everybody, and it just has, based on census information, how often or where you might come into contact, the languages that you may encounter of people who speak English less than very well in your counties. So, for example, this is Aransas County. You may come into those who speak Spanish, French, Vietnamese, other Pacific Island languages, or even Arabic. So those are just languages that you could possibly come into contact with. So one of the things that we're going to do here is that we have a couple of things, and really the first line of defense, I don't want to say line of defense, but the first thing that you can do is to use your phone, and you can download Google Translate, and it actually works pretty well. We've used it here in the office. Rachel speaks Japanese, and so we were able to translate a conversation in Japanese, and so it worked pretty well. So that's the very first thing that you can do if you have an immediate need. You can also look at that list of staff members who are bilingual. Call one of them. Call up here. We do have Giovanni up here. He is also bilingual. We also have several people who are close by. So if that need arose where we needed somebody to be up here and maybe Giovanni wasn't here, So give us a call up here. You'll look, you'll notice in that plan, also there's some other things that we can do if the need comes up where you come into contact with somebody and you don't have an interpreter. More than likely, when somebody comes in and they don't speak English very well, and maybe they speak a language that's less common, they are going to bring somebody with them who can interpret for them. But some of the things that we can do, you'll notice we have, with our telephone communication, you can call somebody, written communication. We are working to update our forms so that we're able to have our vital documents translated so that if somebody comes in, they're able to read that and to know what they're signing. And then obviously you have walk-ins sometimes. So you have these things called I Speak cards. And so they look kind of like this. And there's several languages on here. I think there's 38. And it says it's a language identification flashcard. You can use that. If somebody comes in and they can read that, they can point to what language they speak at. And then this is what language they need. This is what I need to pull up on my Google Translator, or I need to call somebody. So you use those. And then we have this notice that you can put on your bulletin board. It is fillable. It does have the little form number that we use here, but you fill out your property name and put this on their bulletin board. The other thing is to make sure that you print these documents off and that you put them in a folder and keep them with your budget stuff, with your affirmative marketing information, so that when RD comes to visit your property, that they are going to ask for this. We're doing this because our rural development is saying, hey, you've got to have this. And so you make sure you have that readily available for you to pull out. Make sure you print that county information as well. The other thing is we had you guys make some phone calls to places in the community to ask if they could translate or if they could interpret if the need arose. And a lot of things came back where maybe yes, somebody was on staff that they'd be able to help, or some of you had no's, and that's okay. But it's just building that partnership. Just that if there was something in a pinch, that you are able to call there locally in your community, even with the community action council or things like that, where you can call and you're able to have that local source available, because they may also be referring people to you for an apartment to live in. So just a quick little rundown. Make sure you put this notification on your bulletin board. You want to put it in something where it's not going to get messed up. It is on cardstock, the one you're going to receive. Make sure you have the I Speak cards printed out, readily available there for you to be able to use. You also want to print out, you have copies of all of this, but just if anything happens, make sure you have Form 5000, 5000.1, and 5, and have those together so that you have your plan together, and also your county information with that, so the languages that you could potentially come in contact with. And as always, you can always call us up here if you have any questions. We're here for you and happy to help you take care of whatever needs to be done. So thanks. We hope you have a nice day.